Water today, because I've run out of fruit and barley. Need to get some more. Ah, the full English breakfast. It's very close to my heart. Well, literally. Flipping clogging up my arteries and ventricles with fat and cholesterol. Look, you don't have this every day. You have it as a treat at the weekend. You wouldn't want it every day anyway. You'd miss fruit, vegetables, nice things like that. Now, you guys have asked me to make this video numerous times before, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how to make a proper full English breakfast and not ruin it. Because Jesus Christ, I've seen some flipping attempts on the internet and some of them just left me like gobsmacked. Now, whilst the ingredients to a full English are kind of fluid, there's some things you can leave out, some things you can add. There are some strict kind of basic rules that we need to follow. And that is, a full English must have sausage, right? No flipping hot dogs, no bratwurst, no chorizo, a proper good English sausage. Eggs, bacon, black pudding, you can kind of argue that. You can leave that out if you don't like it. I love it, so I'm going to put it in. Mushrooms are also great in a fry-up, but I don't like mushrooms. Sorry, just don't like them, so I'm going to leave them out. Now, before we press on, remember to watch the video all the way through. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And when you do, make sure to allow all notifications. That way, when I upload a new video, you get told about it. Now, let's crack on, make a full English, but get your face down here and have a look at my sausage. Filthy minds, filthy minds. And here we have a plethora of delicious things. Got tomatoes here. Now, you could use tin tomatoes. I just think they're really nice and sweet. Because the one thing that I really hate on a full English, when you kind of go out and have it in a cafe, they always plonk on the plate a grilled, out of season, horrible orange, tasteless tomato. Got no flavour and they're pointless. If you can't get in season tomatoes, use the tinned ones. Beans, of course, it's got to be Heinz. We've got some eggs here. I'm using Clarence Court Burford Browns. Because guys, these flipping eggs are delicious and amazing. Look at the colour of those shells. But the yolks are a lovely sunny golden orange. They taste really nice and buttery. And you know, it stands to reason, the better your egg, the better your fry up. We've got some black pudding as well. Now, let's talk about the sausage. Look at those beauties. Look at those. Got some nice Lincolnshire ones there. I got from my butcher, Andrew Sykes in Leicester. Now, I'm not going to use all of those. I'm going to use 2. So this is going to be a breakfast for 1. Obviously, scale up if you're making it for more people. Now, you can use streaky bacon, which if you live in America, that's probably going to be the only bacon you can get. And back bacon is basically, if you can see there, the pork loin, and it's got a bit of the belly attached as well. So you get the best of both worlds. And this is smoked. It can be smoked or unsmoked, it doesn't matter. Are you ready to fry? Okay, so I've got a frying pan here. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit of oil. You don't need a lot because there's going to be fat that comes out of the bacon and also the sausage as well. But just a touch to get it going. And I'm going to get this onto a medium-low heat. I don't want it screaming hot. And here's the reason why. I'm going to add the sausages. Now the thing is with a sausage is you've got to cook them slow. Don't rush it. Okay, this takes time. It's going to take like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, nice and slow. You really want to look after them, you know, turn them often, and for goodness sake, don't prick them. Don't prick the sausages. If you do it this way, you won't need to. They're not going to burst. And the best way to make sure everything is hot at the same time is work your way backwards. So we're going to start with the sausage because that takes the longest. We might as well put in the tomatoes as well. Just stick them in as they are. And the last thing you want to cook is the fried eggs because that's just going to take literally seconds. And with the tomatoes, you just want to kind of get a bit of colour on there and they start to break down a bit and go nice and juicy. But whilst those are cooking away, I'm going to slice up the black pudding. Okay, black pudding then. What is it? Well, it sounds grotesque, it sounds horrendous, but it's really, really tasty. It's basically made with pig's blood, chunks of fat, herbs and spices. It sounds like something you would find in a flipping hospital bio-waste bin, but honestly, it is good. And literally all we're going to do is just slice off a couple of slices. You can already buy it pre-sliced as well. And just take a pair of scissors and just snip off that outer piece of plastic. Just kind of peel it off. And that's our black pudding ready to go. And there it is, look. And you can kind of see in there, look, chunks of fat. There's also oatmeal and po barley in there as well. And it's already cooked, look, it's already cooked. You can eat it as is. Okay. So that's that bit done. We just need to wait for the sausages to cook and then we can add the bacon and everything else that's delicious in this thing. Look at my beautiful sausage. Hey, it's looking great already. It's looking great already. But what we do need to add is bacon. And hopefully you can hear there's not much sizzle going on at all. But that's the secret to good sausage, nice and slow. The tomatoes, yep, getting nice and soft. And I'm going to go with 3 rashers, because 2 just doesn't seem like enough. 4 is too much, I think. I think 3 is a happy medium. The tomatoes can actually come out a second, because they're already cooked now. I'm going to turn the heat up just a touch, and the bacon isn't going to take very long at all. You know, a couple of minutes, but you really want to get that outside fat nice and crispy. There's nothing worse than wobbly bacon fat. Blech. Horrible. So I'm going to tend to this, turn them every now and again, get them nice and crispy, and then we can add the black pudding. Right, so the bacon is nice and crispy. I've added everything back in and I've turned the heat right down because I don't want to kind of burn that bacon or the sausage. I'm now going to add the black pudding. Now literally the black pudding will take a minute or 2 each side because remember it's already cooked. We're just warming it through and just getting them a little bit crispy. Okay, so after a couple of minutes you can see there's just a very slight bit of caramelisation on the black pudding. That's what you want. So what I've done now is turn the heat off completely. There's going to be enough residual heat in there to keep everything warm once we get on and do the beans, the egg and the toast. Now I'm going to fry my eggs in a separate pan. If you haven't got 2 pans, what you can do is take this out, put it on a baking tray and just put it in a very low oven just to keep warm. So I'm just going to leave this to one side, just over there, resting nicely. Then I can put the beans on and then we can turn our attention to the eggs. So with my baked beans, I've got probably like 1/4 of a can. I'm just going to pop that on the back hob and I'm going to put it on a nice gentle heat, and all we're looking to do is to gently warm them up. It's going to take a couple of minutes and just add a small little knob. Don't need a lot, just makes them a bit richer and a bit nicer. Just plop that in and that'll melt through and make them taste nice. So we're pretty much ready to go. I've got my toast on as well and I'm going to turn my attention to the eggs. So get our pan onto a medium-high heat. Again, I'm going to add some oil to that and just a small knob of butter as well. A touch more, why not? And we'll get that butter and oil nice and foaming, and we can add the eggs. Okay, so that's getting nice and hot, nice and foamy. Our toast is done. We're going to butter that in a minute, but literally the eggs are going to take seconds, so they'll all still be nice and warm. So we're going to crack these in. I'm going to have 2 nice eggs. Now I have done a video frying eggs. If you want to go and check that out, then do so. It's got some nice little tips on there. And just season the tops up with a bit of pepper, tiny bit of salt, not too much because everything else is going to be salty. And this is how I fry my eggs. So I'll take some of that fat and just kind of spoon it over the uncooked white, just around the edges, because you don't want that egg snot. Nobody likes egg snot. And literally in less than 2 minutes, what? Steady on. What? Dangerous eggs. But yeah, but literally that is done. Those eggs are cooked. So now we can plate up.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Guys, doesn't this look magnificent? I'm not going to taste everything because you'll be here all day. Got a nice bit of sausage. I'm going to dip it in that egg, man. Why wouldn't you? And this is why it pays to get good sausage. Good sausage, good bacon, good eggs. You saw the colour of those yolks. Oh, black pudding, man. Don't be scared of it. If you've never had it before, give it a try. Now, some people add hash browns to this. It's not traditional, but it is nice. And again, if you like mushrooms, you can fry some of those off as well. Be nice in that bacon fat. But listen, guys, this is how you make a proper full English. God save our gracious Queen. The full English is delicious. God save our breakfast. Well, there we are. You saw how simple that was to put together. But it's all about provenance. Good quality ingredients, cooked simply, and you'll have a banging English breakfast. Now here's the kicker. Some of these ingredients you're not going to be able to get. Depending on where you live in the world, I don't think you can get back bacon in America. So just swap it out for your normal bacon, it's fine. Not sure about the black pudding, and I think your sausages might be a bit difficult as well, because good British sausages are quite hard to find in the States. Now what you can do as an alternative is kind of make up your own sausage meat. Just get some ground pork or pork mince, add some sage to it, some nutmeg, bit of mace, salt, white pepper, mix that up, fry them off into little patties, and it's kind of sausage-ish. But there we go, there's the full English. If you had any doubts in your mind how to make one, this is how you do it. So I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks again for watching. But before I go, remember to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to allow all notifications. That way, when I upload a new video, YouTube tells you. Oh my God. This is getting cold now, so I'll see you later.